Here's the 5-minute rule that'll keep your donors more engaged. But first, I want to share a behind the scenes about why your donors may have stopped giving. Here's the secret: it's not because they've lost interest, it is almost always because they feel unheard. Every nonprofit wants to retain more donors, but too many lose support because they let donor questions and concerns sit unanswered. Donors who receive responses to their inquiries and questions and outreach quickly are significantly more likely to stay engaged in the long run. And yet, if you are like so many nonprofits, you can take hours or days or sometimes even weeks to reply to simple donor requests. It's not great, but it is fixable. I'm going to give you a 3-part process, quick and easy, to solve this problem. First, you want to map every donor inquiry or outreach into 3 buckets. First bucket, anything that you can address quickly, immediately, right? These are things like tax receipts, event RSVPs, common questions that people reach out and just want answers to. Bucket 2, anything where you need a little more information that you don't have easily on hand. It's information that is available, but you don't have it on hand. These are things like questions about impact or major gift inquiries. Bucket 3, anything that needs more discussion and maybe even approval. Special recognition requests, naming opportunities come up, things like planned giving or other unique giving arrangements. These are going to be slightly longer term engagements. Now, once you have these buckets and you've sort of triaged your information into these 3 buckets, you want to make sure everybody on your team that is getting emails from people, this can be your development team, this can be even sometimes your program staff, make sure they understand these 3 buckets and can easily triage inquiries, incoming questions, et cetera, into these 3 buckets. Then you want to create corresponding response templates. This is step 2. For bucket 1, anything that you can address or solve immediately, you want to have pre-written templates with answers to the common questions, pre-written sort of canned responses to these kinds of tax receipt, event RSVP questions that you can just sort of shoot back, right? So that's bucket 1. Bucket 2, anytime you need more information, here's the response. Great question. Thanks for reaching out. Let me check on that and I'll get back to you by this time, blank time, right? Be specific. Anything that needs more information, again, it's information you have, but it's not on hand. You let them know you're going to get back to them with that information by X time. Bucket 3, anything that needs more discussion or approval, this requires escalation. So your response, or the person who's emailing responds, thanks for reaching out. I'm passing this on to blank on my team for next steps, and they will reach out to you by X time. And you want to be specific again. Here's the thing. Even if you don't have the full answer yet, that's okay. The ideal isn't perfection. It's quick responses, right? A quick response builds trust. If you think of it like a flight delay, you're a lot more willing to sort of go with the flow. You're a lot calmer and you don't mind waiting if you are kept informed. It's the same with donors. You want to train the people on your team to reply quickly, even if it's just to acknowledge and set expectations, because donor trust is built in the details. If you remember nothing else, the key is to respond within 5 minutes. That's the 5-minute rule, with one of the responses here. Pre-written template. Great question. I'll check and get back to you in blank time. Thanks for reaching out. I'm looping in this person, and they will follow up by blank time. You respond in 5 minutes because more responsiveness leads to more trust and stronger relationships, which ultimately results in more retention, which is what we want.